Hello and welcome to another Stellar Guitarist song tutorial. Today we are going to be learning how to play Zombie by the Cranberries. Now this song only needs us to learn 4 chords, so the beginners out there, you're going to be really happy to hear that. But I'm also going to be teaching you how to create light and dark dynamic moments just by spicing up that strumming pattern. So let's check it out. So let's take a look at the chords we're going to need for the song. We first need an E minor chord. Next up we have a C major 7 chord. Now for that we're just going to be playing a normal C with our first finger lifted off of the strings. For this lesson I like to use my first and second fingers to play the C major 7. That's just my preference. You'll see me using this throughout the song. You are welcome to use your second and third fingers if that's more comfortable for you. The next chord we're going to need is a G6 chord. Now this is like a regular G major with our ring finger lifted up off the strings. And our final chord we need is called a D over F sharp. Now I'm going to be teaching you a simplified version of this where we just need one finger. So we're going to be placing our first finger into the second fret on our low E string. And this is going to be our D over F sharp chord. So let's go through those chords again. We have E minor to C major 7 to our G6 and our D over F sharp. Now each of those chords is going to be held for 4 counts, and the easiest way we can play the song is 1 down strum on each chord. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, D over F sharp. Let's go again. E minor. Another C chord, then we go to the G, to D over F sharp, back to E minor, and the violins, C, silence, the G, are we mistaken? So if you are just starting out, you can play the whole song with just those 4 chord shapes, repeated over and over again using 1 down strum on each chord. Now if you're wanting to maybe jazz it up a little bit, we can add a strumming pattern. Now the strumming pattern that we hear in the song on the acoustic guitar sounds something like this. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. And you really hear this coming through in the first opening 4 bars of the song. I think it's played on an electric guitar that has a clean sound, so it has an acoustic-y sound to it. So it's down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. So each chord is going to get 1 round of that strumming pattern. So E minor, down, 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 up, down, up, to our C major 7. We're then going to be going to our G major and our D over F sharp. So let's play that through without any pauses between the chords. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. G6. D over F sharp. One more time. And down, 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 up, down, up, switch. And G over G6, D over F sharp. So this is the strumming pattern that we're going to be using in the verse of the song as well as in the intro of the song as well. Now the next section of our song is the pre-chorus, and this is where I like to incorporate power chords, and we're changing up the strumming pattern just a little bit. So the power chords we're going to be using on E5 power chord. This is really straightforward. It's like an E minor, except we're just playing with one finger squeezing down on the 2nd fret on the A string. And we're just going to play the E and the A string. So this is our E5. We're then going to take this first finger into the 3rd fret, and we're going to put our 3rd finger into the 5th fret on the D, and this is our C5 power chord. Make sure that you're only playing those 2 strings. So we have E5 to C5. We're then going to go to our G5 power chord. So we take this shape and we're just going to take it to the E and the A string. All right, so let's go through those 3 again. We have E5. We're then going to go to C5, and we're then going to go to our G5. And then the final shape we need is a D over F sharp power chord. And for this, we're going to have to move our first finger back into the 2nd fret. So this is why I like to sometimes use my pinky in the place of the 3rd finger. So my pinky will be in the 5th fret on the A, and my first finger is going to be in the 2nd fret on the E. And this is our D over F sharp power chord. It does have a bit of a grungy, unresolved sound, and it's supposed to. Now, if power chords are something that you are unfamiliar with, but you're really wanting to learn a little bit more about how they work, and this is maybe quite intriguing for you, you might want to check out my Let's Level Up guitar course. The link is below this video. In that program, we go through all things power chords. We also talk about bar chords as well as finger picking, traverse picking, and we do some syncopated intermediate strumming patterns. So the link's below the video, go check it out. I hope to welcome you into the course. So for the power chord section, we're going to be doing all down strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And we're going to do 1 round of that pattern on each chord. So the E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're then going to shift into the C5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're going to go to the G5. And then we're going to shift into the D over F sharp power chord. So let's do that in one motion without any stops. 2, 3, 4. Right, so you've got the power chords, you've got the strumming pattern. Now we're going to add some palm muting. So we're going to take the palm of our hand and we're going to rest it very slightly on the strings of the guitar just in front of the bridge so that we can mute those strings. But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. So that just adds another layer of complexity to the song and interest. So if you are performing this for your friends and family, or maybe you're recording it for yourself, it'll be nice to have a little bit of, like I mentioned, light and darkness in the song. So the next section of the song we're going to go into is the chorus, and this is where we're going to be using our open chords again. So we have our E minor, we're going to have our C major 7, we have our G6, and our D over F sharp. And the strumming pattern here is going to be keeping with those down strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But we're going to be playing open strings, so without any palm muting. So the chorus could sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to repeat again. Now we're always looking for ways to elevate the song to make it more interesting. So what we can do in the chorus is add in an accent on the strumming pattern. So instead of playing all of those down strums equally, we can bring out specific counts to make them sound a little bit more louder and a little bit more interesting than the quieter strums. So the beats we're going to accent are beats 1, the and of 2 and 4. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It really drives the song forward. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you are still watching this lesson, then I hope you are enjoying it. If you are, please could I ask you to like the video and to hit that subscribe button and come and join the Stellar Guitarist community. You can also say hi in the comments below, tell me where you're watching from and which songs you'd like to learn in the future. So with that being said, let's get back into the lesson today. So in the next part of the lesson, we are going to be learning that picking part that we hear in the intro, as well as between the chorus and the second verse. So this is what we're going to be learning today. So let's take our first finger up into the 7th fret on our high E string. And we're going to be doing a 1-pick motion, but we're going to be hearing 2 notes. This is because we're using a technique called a hammer-on. So we're going to pick, and then we're going to hammer on our 2nd finger into the 8th fret. So we're going to pick once, and then our 2nd finger will come down onto the string to sound out that 8th fret. Now, if that's too difficult for you and this is what's happening, and you're not getting any sound, then you're welcome to pick out each of those notes individually. That's also 100% okay and a great place to start. Maybe start learning the riff using normal notes, and then once you are comfortable playing those notes normally, you can then add in those hammer-ons. The next notes we need are 5 hammered onto 7, or you can pick them each individually. So far we've got 7, 8, 5, 7. We're then going to shift back to our 3rd fret, and we're going to hammer onto 5. Or if you're going to pick them all out, we're then going to be going into the 2nd fret, and we're going to hammer on, pull off. So we're going to hammer on to the 3rd fret, and we're going to pull off back to that 2nd fret. So you're really just going to be playing the note once, and you're going to be getting 2 notes following that with the hammer on and the pull off. And if you want to play each of the notes, so up till there we have. And if you're wanting to pick out each note, and finally we have our 2nd finger going into the 3rd fret on the B string, played twice, followed by an open B string. So the riff in total will sound like this. And if we played picking all the notes, so as many of you know, I love to do a play along at the end of my lessons, and today is no exception. Just note that this is my interpretation of playing Zombie on an acoustic guitar. So this is how I would perform it live at an event or in front of friends and family. So have your guitar ready and let's jump into that together. A 1, 2, 3, 4. tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh. Another mother's breaking heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same old thing since 1916. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are dying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, oh. So there you have it, everyone. That's how to play Zombie on the acoustic guitar. I hope you enjoyed my lesson today. If you did, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, have a really wonderful day. Bye.